Hey, everybody. Welcome to the We Cool podcast where we apologize, we demand apologies, and we read anonymous listener apologies. I am one of your hosts, Grant Winkles, coming to you from beautiful, sunny Minneapolis, Minnesota. Sitting to my right, we have...
Welcome to the Screwdio. My name's Ryan Call.
Ryan the hungover Call.
You just got screwed out of a good episode of our podcast, because guess what? I'm hungover, so I'm not doing that much today. Good luck.
Monday morning coming down.
Yeah.
And beaming in from Brooklyn, we got the Brooklyn baby himself. Why don't you introduce yourself, buddy?
What's up? Tommy here. Wait, so did you guys went to the Vikings game?
We went to the Vikes game yesterday.
So,
big time.
Grant texts me, or Grant calls me at like 2 or probably like 1.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Hey, do you want to go to the Vikings game?" And I'm like, let me just see.
So this is my mindset when I'm calling Ryan, because my brother Jack, shout out Jack, what's up, man? He was supposed to come to the game with me, and
he had diarrhea.
he called me like right before.
He's at the age where diarrhea just sets him off. It's gonna just fuck up your day. Like I can't do things, man.
Yeah, he called me. He's like, "Dude, I just ordered an Uber to come to your place, and then we go. But I gotta tell you, I'm standing in my kitchen." And I just started pouring sweat from every part of my body. And
oh my God.
I don't think I can do it. He went out the night before, so I don't know. It sounds like it was a delayed onset hangover. So I'm like, dude, I was just kind of laughing at him, like, okay, whatever, man. And then I called up Ryan, totally not expecting to get a yes. So I was
that's Ryan usually doesn't do anything out of his comfort zone.
I'm not very spontaneous, but here's the thing. I called my dad. I was like, Grant wants me to go to the Vikings game.
You had to check in with your dad.
You know what my dad said? He said,
"This is a big career
my dad
decision for you. You had to confide in family members."
Yeah, my dad kept calling it the opportunity of a lifetime to go to a football game. I was like, he's like, this only ever happens once, Ryan. It's not every day that somebody offers you free tickets to go see the Minnesota Vikings. Which we don't even like the Vikings. Like, we're not a Vikings family,
just the idea of a pro football game.
But that being said, like, when we got there, I kind of was like, no, my dad is a little bit right. This is like because
we were pie-eyed when we got into the studio.
Yeah, just because like when you get into
stadium,
the Screwdio, once you get
the Scradium,
the Screwdio,
U.S. Bank Scradium,
U.S. Bank Scradium.
So you get in there and like, you've seen pictures of the inside of it, but then you get in there and it's full and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I actually haven't seen any pictures of the inside of it. Like I haven't.
It's
really
Dude,
cool.
I was like watching that video at work yesterday, and it's like a weird spaceship,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and then like everywhere around, like it's true. We were like at the top,
the very last row, like the highest seats you can possibly get.
But it was cool. Like, it's disorientating. Like, I leaned over to Grant at one point and I was like, I don't understand how you could just get blackout drunk here, because like you would just immediately throw up. Like, it feels like you're on like an amusement park ride that doesn't move, you know?
Yeah.
But then,
it's crazy when there's that many people just like gathered in for like one purpose.
Dude, what's great too, when you're sitting in the stadium, you can say whatever the fuck you want because everyone is screaming, so nobody hears you. Like, they started like a USA chant. I was chanting US gay. Nobody said anything. It was amazing.
Yeah. So there was like
no, that's awesome too. If anyone heard you, you would have gotten a lot of points in your section.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I also
you would have made a best friend.
I also hid a full Jimmy John sandwich in my pants, and like midway through the game, I just stood up, unbuckled my pants, and pulled it out. And like I leaned over to a guy who was like across the aisle from us. And I was like, "You want some, dude?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "I put this in my pants." And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Well, it was right next to my dick, man. But if you sure you don't want some Jimmy Johns?"
So when does the drinking start? Like, because those beers cost like $15.
It was $10 for a tall boy, which actually like isn't as bad. I think it's cheaper than a Twins game actually.
But the tickets are more expensive.
Yeah, the tickets are expensive. And,
that's not terrible.
Gave me the tickets.
Shout out to Kalen.
Thanks, dude. If you're listening, I love you. I'll Venmo you some money for those. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. And so we started drinking. Ryan says yes. I get into a tizzy because I'm like, oh my God, Ryan's coming over. You know, I'm here alone. I'm talking with the cats. And
you're like, granola, what should we do? Should we readjust everything in the living room for when Ryan comes
just
over?
like shift it a little bit because we know Ryan will notice if we don't.
Yeah.
But so Kelly's out of town. So me and Ryan start tying one on right when he gets here.
All right. So what are we drinking? Like,
I opened with Double Bloody Mary. That's my move. Yeah. Get some under the belt. And then Ryan, I had some beer for Ryan. And then we made our way down to the corner bar because Bob Edwards, friend of show, maybe he did. Yeah. Yes, we were with Bob. He's the owner of Comedy Corner Underground. Yeah, friend of me of the show. Said he would never come on the podcast yesterday.
It's like we didn't ask. Or maybe you did ask.
I said he should, and then he basically told me to go fuck myself.
No, he'll never come on this podcast. Yeah. Bob, if you're listening, fuck off. Like respectfully. Like never.
So we went down there for the soft opening because everybody Comedy Corner Underground / the Corner Bar is opening this week or next week. October 8th is going to be the official reopening of the bar. So they were having people there to watch the game, have some beers. So then Ryan and I went down there, got on that train,
which was it was like free alcohol.
Yeah, they had Truly on tap, which was dangerous.
It was so dangerous, dude, because you forget
at corner bar.
Yeah, it was just like basically kind of like a little open house thing, like a little party.
You could pour your own. There were so many people there, dude. Just all sorts of different kinds of Chinese people, babies.
There was one Asian guy. There was one Asian guy.
And he told me he was Chinese, by the way, before you write in. I'm not assuming anything here.
Okay, so just free booze at comedy. Are there comedians there?
No, it was just us because we just saw that Bob had posted about it. So we were like, hey, going down to the game, why not go and say what's up to Bob and grab a drink? So we did that. And then we walked over to the stadium and for first order of business, we started filming a TikTok for Ryan. And
that's huge.
We got some beers and then
you're six drinks in.
4 likes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it did.
I know.
Baby.
Go like my boy's post.
But I was in full on bit mode. So like as soon as we get there,
Ryan was Mr. Bits.
Literally to anybody who will like stop and give me a second, I'm like, some bank, they won't even cash my work check, you know? And I think we agreed I was 5 for 7 on the night.
What would you say, Grant?
I would say more like
it's got to be 4 for 50. It's got to be like
he's counting like indifference as a win.
Well, I'm counting like if I made someone smile, which you could tell because no one was wearing a mask there.
We were in line for the bathroom, and Ryan said it to one of the guys in line in the bathroom, and it bombed so hard that I had to like leave and then come back because I couldn't piss.
You were like mid pissing and you like stopped as painful it is to stop pissing. You had to get out.
I got mad at the guy too.
It was rough, man.
What'd you say?
Because he was like, what? And I was like, because it's US Bank State. Because I didn't set it up right. I was just like, yeah, can you believe they wouldn't cash my work check here? And he's like, what? And I'm like, because it's US Bank Stadium. They wouldn't, it's supposed to be a bank in a stadium. Yeah. And the guy was like, oh.
He was like legitimately kind of mad.
Yeah, he's like, well, that could be like that's like an okay dad joke. And not the only person that day to tell me that was a dad joke.
Yeah, 2 cops told you had dad jokes for days, which is a bummer.
Yeah. But they were laughing though. They liked it. So this is a pro cop podcast. But
I do remember because that like the coin bit I had, or I have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that happened in like Minneapolis, where I like went to because I used to live like downtown Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And I tried going to like the Wells Fargo downtown, and they're like, we got rid of our coin machine. And then I just searched bank, because I was just like, and then I walked over to US Bank Stadium and I was like, oh wow, I'm such a fucking moron.
Yeah.
It brought me to, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go to the bank.
Oh my
Y'all got a coin star in here?
I was literally like on my phone, just like, oh yeah, why? I'm like looking across the street at US Bank Stadium. Why did it?
There
Here?
Should be a bank in there.
Yeah.
There should be like a small one, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so then like I'm just like full on
an
drunk.
evil name for a state. It's just
it's not
I know, I hate it.
It looks so gross. The stadium is like,
I mean, it's pretty fucking cool though. It is kind of cool. Like it is a huge waste of taxpayer money, and it kind of sucks that like
dude, the inside is like pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's fucking
like,
insane.
The spectacle of it is like
also
nuts.
Dude, what's crazy too, like we were in like the last row, you can still see on the field like way better. Like I thought it was gonna be like dots, you know, or like tiny little ants kind of, but it's like no, you can see everything that's happening even when you're. But anyways,
we're such like you just know we don't like know anything about sports because one of us goes to one football game and it's like, dude, what was it like? Tell us the experience. I've never heard of anybody doing this sort of thing. It's like the most normal thing to just go to a football game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I'm amazed. Like I want to hear all about it. You know?
But then I'm like almost blacked out at this point. And I'm like, just like full on bit mode, like anything that comes into my head, I'm saying to like random people. There was a guy in a Seahawks jersey because they were playing the Seahawks. And I went up to him and I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm rooting for the Vikings. And I was like, wait, no, I mean, I'm rooting for the Seahawks. I'm on your side, dude. I'm only wearing purple because I'm afraid not to.
I'm in incognito mode rooting for the Vikings.
Yeah.
I'm a double agent secretly rooting for the Seahawks.
Yeah. And Grant was doing a fun bit. Anytime a play would happen, he would stand up and do like the first down thing. Like, you know, if it wasn't a first down, it was a fun bit.
I enjoyed that.
I so badly wish I could have been there.
You would have had fun, man. Honestly,
we could have snuck you in our pants too. That would have been perfect.
They didn't even pat me down. I wanted it too. I was like, come on, man, give me one.
So I patted him down and I could feel it. So and then so we can demand an apology for this.
Is that a Jimmy John sandwich in your pants, or you're just happy to see me?
You just have the hugest limp penis with lettuce. Is that lettuce speaking out of your zipper?
Tomato slice? Oh, Sprouts.
Is that lettuce speaking out of your zipper, or do you have a UTI?
I'll take a stand right here. Fuck Sprouts on a sandwich.
Oh, I like Sprouts.
As long as they taste like dirt.
As long as it's not too much.
Tastes like dirt.
I fuck with Sprouts.
Boo.
Yeah, I like a good Sprout.
Boo.
Yeah. That's why you're so damn short, Grant. You never wanted a growth sprout. Never wanted a growth sprout.
We were chopping it up with the lady who sold us beer, and she was.
Sounds like you guys chopped it up with a million people.
Yeah. We talked to as many people as possible.
We should have done interviews. I think it would have been so funny to interview just drunk Vikings fans. But
like we should just do that next time we don't have tickets to a game. Is what I'm saying. Because I actually did want to use the tickets.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, we were. Because the concession lady kind of liked us.
Yeah, we were killing with her. We were trying to, because I walked up and ordered 2 Coors Lights as soon as we walked in the door.
Nice.
And then Ryan's like, "Are those for you?" And I was like, "Shut the hell up." Yeah, they are.
I thought he maybe bought me one. I was like, that was nice of Grant.
And then so he goes right after me and he orders 2 beers, but he goes Miller Lite. And she's like, "Oh, you want Miller Lite? Is that like?" And then we're like, "Yeah, we're different people. That's the only way you can tell we're different people." And she was not buying it. She was like, "No, you're the same person."
Yeah.
She had us dead to rights.
I told her that's what you get for having preconceived notions about who people are. That's what happens when you judge a book based on its cover.
And then naturally we got to talking about how tall we were.
Yeah.
And I was claiming, because this is a trend that I'm starting to notice. People think I'm taller than you.
You are.
No, we're the same height.
We might be the same height either way.
It's so embarrassing that you guys are the same height. That's
Why is that embarrassing?
It's just worse for some reason.
Funny.
You guys are the same.
It's funny. We are essentially the same person.
We 6 feet tall.
We weigh the same, but our bodies look completely
6 feet tall, stacked up. Okay.
Feet tall, a svelte 195.
Dude,
you weigh what?
No.
Oh.
Dude, I don't have like that, so because I don't have that much self-confidence in my head, I don't think I'm that much taller than you guys. I truly think we're all
we're giants in your mind.
Yeah,
but like that picture that we took outside of that bar in Fargo, I was like, dude, I'm like 3 feet taller than these fucking idiots. Like,
yeah. And somehow
I'm somehow only 6 feet and towering. I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You have a combined foot of height on us. So
Dude,
that makes
also,
sense.
at one point, the lady was like, yeah, man. What did she say? She was like, people know a lot. Well, she was like, I know a lot of people that, they have short kids, and then you look at them, the mom's short, the dad's
The parents
short.
are to blame.
Yeah, and I was like, I get it, man. We got to have less people like us and more people that are tall,
So Ryan and I took an oath right then and there with that lady that we would never have kids
with each other.
Yeah. So just to save the world, that more short people,
I like this lady, how she's like acting like she's discovering the fact that short parents birth short children.
Mm-hmm.
She's like,
she did discover it.
She discovered genetics.
She's discovering
just because it's been discovered before doesn't mean she didn't also discover it for herself.
What are those squares? What are those squares that you can do to like do the statistics of genetics? You know what I mean? You put like the traits. No,
definitely not DNA, you idiot.
Forget. Right in.
I feel like DNA was a fine answer.
Rubik's cube.
No,
because you said squares.
Rubik's cube.
I think you're thinking of like how DNA is like printed or like shown like on a computer.
No. No,
all right. Well,
the DNA sequence.
I honestly feel like I'm strongly correct right now.
I got for you guys. Everybody loves Ancestry.com, but how come everybody hates my website, Ancestry.com?
Speaking.
CelebrityAncestry.com.
Ryan,
speaking of shortness, I want to say me and Zach were talking about this, but there should be like an app where you can like Venmo your boy like a few inches,
Yeah, like
you know what I mean? Like if you're staying in the night, your boy's going on a date, and you're like, man, I'm gonna Venmo you some inches,
like Airbnb for.
But
inches.
then how do you get the inches back though? Because I'm not. But if you're
just renting them,
no, bro,
you rent some inches. You
Venmo
lend your boy some inches.
If you Venmo me like 5 inches, you're never getting them back. I'm just gonna be 5 inches taller.
Then none of your friends, because it's a fucking trade-off system,
Yeah,
it's
not you're gonna get a 0-star review. You're gonna get kicked off the app.
No one wants to play with you.
5 inches taller than I was.
It's called the Punnett Square.
I'll be playing in the NBA at 6'1".
The Punnett Square is a square diagram that is used to predict the genotypes of a particular crossbreeding experiment. You remember those?
Dude, that's
from
what
science.
I was thinking
this
about
thing, Tommy.
That's what I was gonna say was the Punnett Square.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How stupid that I forgot that simple.
Speaking of classic Ryan bits right off the bat, the other day at Sisyphus, you had a pretty good one. You were talking about how you take horse dewormer. Oh, and you've been taking it for years. And do you want to?
Yeah, well, I think I'm just plugging that in my act now. But I was like talking about how I took horse dewormer, and my ass itches more than it. I think I accidentally took horse rewormer. That's what they should call it. My asshole is itchy, y'all.
As soon as I heard horse rewormer, I was like, that's an instant Ryan classic right there. It's a fucking instant classic.
The real pundit square is just hanging out with Ryan because he makes a lot of puns.
And he's a total square.
It's a fucking square, dude.
Nice, dude. It's got his ass.
I'm an intelligent person.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys had a good time. I got drunk last night too because I haven't been drinking since our little world tour.
Yeah,
I've been taking a little break, but
wildly successful world tour.
Me and the cooks went out, and if you've never drank with line cooks, go do it. It is the most insane drinking. It's so fun, but it's the most insane drinking one can do in their life is to drink
one of them
with line
sells
cooks. Oh, they all are. They're calling the guy. They all got a little baggie on them. Yeah.
Which, by the way, fun fact about me: never done coke. Probably never will. I don't see the appeal.
That doesn't seem like a fun fact.
That's a fun fact, dude.
Yeah, it seems like a lame fact.
School Punnett Square fact.
We'll get you doing some coke.
I don't think so.
That's my life's mission now.
We'll trick you into it.
No, they're just. I have a line in the sand where I'm like, I don't need to do that shit.
No,
put
it
you're
right
wrong.
up your nose.
And it's not sand. It's Adderall.
Yeah, you're wrong, dude. You want to do it.
I don't.
So you went out last night?
Yeah, I got drunk last night. But I've been I don't know, doing mics since I've been back, and it's been fun, dude. New York comedy is pretty fucking fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah, so I wanted to demand an apology from the lady at the stadium yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out and we didn't know this.
This is league wide, by the way.
Last call is fourth quarter. You cannot buy alcohol at an NFL stadium once the fourth quarter begins.
Grant had a beer
and
they made him put it back.
Yeah.
It was like a self-serve kind of thing, like you just grab it and then you pay for it.
Yeah.
And the lady came over. Grant literally had a beer in his hand. She was like, you need to put that back. And Grant
dump
was like,
it?
No, just like
it was like a can of beer.
Yeah.
Not cracked yet.
Dude. No. Oh, I should have just fucking cracked it. But that lady looked like she was about to kill me when I simply asked. I said, "What?" She just starts yelling at this full line of people just to like put the booze back, not explaining what's going on, and everybody's just kind of like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of just asking her what the rule was, and she just fucking yelled at me, and basically it was like almost immediately verging on like, I'm gonna get security. She did say that, didn't she?
Yeah, she was like, she said something about having you thrown out.
Yeah.
It is when you tell drunk people they can't have any more alcohol.
Which, to be fair, we all were like that. We all were like, wait, what the fuck? What are you talking about? What do you mean I can't have more of this shit?
The guy, because all
guy we were with looked so sad.
Everyone was pretty fucking mad.
Well, yeah, because all you know when you're drinking. Sorry, what's up?
Here was the one positive out of this. Now I had a new bit. Anytime we'd walk past the concession line, no more alcohol, guys. No more. You had enough. You got to leave now. Don't stay for the rest of the game. No more beer.
How did you not get like beaten up at this game?
I don't know, but a lot of people were like, I would hear people because I would keep walking. They would go, "What the fuck?" Or like, "Wait, for real?" Like
they didn't believe us.
And then
just a tiny man yelling at everybody.
Hey, no more beer. You've had enough.
To stop drinking at an NFL game.
Yeah.
So that lady can apologize just for being rude, but also basically instantly Ryan and I were talking and we're just like, that's exactly how I would have been in her situation.
You have to be like that.
You have to be a fucking hard ass for sure. But then we did see people who were like in line and the people were allowing them to check out since they were already in line. So that riled us up again because.
And then we tried to get in those lines and they're like, "No, you can't."
No, but then we got yelled at again.
Yeah, we got yelled at probably 7 times.
Yeah.
That we couldn't have alcohol.
Yeah. So, that was, I would just like to demand an apology from the NFL commissioner, I guess.
Roger Goodell.
Yeah. Roger Goodell.
I know you're listening to this.
Fuck you, man.
Sometimes I feel like it, like in those situations when like that lady like wouldn't let you get beer, but other people in line, like they could get beer. It's like, it's just like a you thing. Like, cause like me and Ruth, New York comic, friend of mine, friend of the show. We were like getting into this bar, cause we were like, did a mic or whatever. And we were going to go to this bar after. And the guy looked at my vaccine card and just was like, actually, he was like, no, you got to get in like the thing on the app, but like the vaccine card also works to get in the place. And I'm like, oh, I've been using this a lot. And then he just looked at me. He's like, actually, it's last call. And me and Ruth were like, all right. Like, and I was like, I think he just didn't like my face. Like, I think just my whole vibe. He was like, no, thanks. You
just made the whole bar last call just based on your vibe.
Yeah. Because people are walking in and we're walking in, and he's just like, actually, the bar's closed. And I'm like, all right. All
of a sudden, there's one of those velvet fucking ropes there and stuff. He's got an earpiece and a list. He's like, nope, you're not on the list.
Damn. Well, that sounds fun. And good apology to demand. We have 2 apologies. Like a listener wrote in and said something about Ryan, right? Were we going to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to save that one for next week.
What?
No, we teased.
No, I want to know.
What the fuck? No, I want to know.
Let's teased
do 2. Let's do 2.
No.
Yes.
We got to do 1. We'll stick to 1 and you guys just have to.
Well, let us pick it then.
Why is like Grant our dad right now?
No,
He's like, no.
I want to know the one about me.
Here's the only problem.
I've had a bad day.
Here's the only problem is that we teased the other one so much in the last episode.
Make them wait one
more
week.
We'll do that one first, and then we'll see what the listener said about Ryan, because Ryan has
all right. Okay.
He's been catching unnecessary flack and my. And
also, I have an apology.
My boy's awesome.
I have an apology to demand.
Demand it up, brother.
I was drunker than I've ever been in my life. Probably I was drunker than anyone's ever been last night.
I know. You don't get drunk like that anymore. Last time we were drunk was probably like years ago when we were doing the road.
Oh, yeah. So wait, should we finish off this story? Because we left the stadium and then went back to Corner Bar and just started drinking way more.
No way.
Yeah. And then we were doing.
You guys are like 10 deep right now.
Oh, yeah. And we were doing Yag bombs down in the basement.
And our plan was then to go back to my place and go to a bar.
Yeah, and then Ryan. You can pick it up from there.
I just love reckless drinking, man. It's just once in a while, just drinking recklessly.
Dude, it fucking sucked. I got home and then like it was immediately clear like I could not go to another bar. Like Grant had to help me up the stairs, and then.
I got you.
Job,
then it was just all of a
Grant's
sudden
a pro, man. He's a seasoned.
And then
seasoned drinker.
Home. Yeah, Ryan's a fucking lightweight.
I don't know what Caroline was doing before this, but then her new job for the rest of the night was just taking care of me and making sure that I don't die from like puking up.
Do you have your hands in your pants right now?
Yeah, it's comfortable.
I'll also apologize to Caroline because it was like, this is what happened, dude. Ryan got the lift home and then I took him and like, you were having trouble walking and
what time is it? It's like gotta be like 7 p.m.
Yeah. It had like just turned dark. Like it was getting dark at this point.
Metaphorically and actually physically. It was getting very dark.
The lights were going down in Georgia, as it were. So I bring Ryan up his fucking back stairs. I don't know if you got a chance to see those, Tommy, but it's just
they're
like
rickety.
It's Splinterfest.
I peeped them.
It's Splinterfest 2000 on those stairs. And then I basically like fucking like poured him onto the mat, knocked on the door and just fucking left. So sorry to Caroline
you did
for dropping a time bomb. I walked down the stairs and I
dropped him. You like a board, he's a baby that you're just like gonna leave on like a church.
Yeah,
church
exactly.
Step. It's like you have to take care of him now.
But it's like an Amazon package. But I was out on the sidewalk and I'm like, should I go back and like talk to Caroline and see? And then I was just like, nope. Fucking.
Is Ryan like laying on the stairs?
No, he made it in and everything. But I basically just
like, what did you do to my boyfriend?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, baby, I love you.
I will say I wasn't pressuring you at all in any way. This was not a situation like that.
No, I just made some choices. But
dude. Oh God, that's so awesome. You just made the choice early on the day. Like,
yeah, I guess I'm just gonna get obliterated. And I was gonna do laundry yesterday.
What's up with you almost always doing laundry?
It sucks, dude. It's a travesty. But so then I'm throwing up like all night. Caroline's like finally is able to put me to bed.
Caroline's tweeting about it, blowing up your spot.
It was pretty funny.
Hilarious.
Dude. I threw up for probably 2 hours straight. And then I fell asleep on the toilet, and it was bad. It was a bad look.
It had to be the Yag bomb, right? Or I think
it was probably just
the sheer amount. But we didn't really eat that much or at all.
Then I like wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like just so confused. And then I'm like, shit, I have to work in an hour and a half. And I was like, I almost called in because so then I go back to sleep, wake up at 6. And I'm like just fucking delirious. I'm like, I guess I'm going to work. So then,
dude, that sucks, man.
I get my truck and I'm like driving, and I'm like, I mean, I know I'm sober right now, but I don't feel like I'm even okay to drive, really.
Yeah.
I mean, also, it's possible that you aren't sober.
I mean, I hope I was. But
it's not possible, Grant. Listen, he is sober. He woke up.
Oh yes.
If that's true, just know that I still work for UPS. And
that's
people
right.
got
you
their
work for UPS. We've had 7 jobs over the pandemic.
But so then, okay, dude. So then I like load up all my shit, and I'm like going to my first call. I'm on the highway. Speed limit's like 70. I'm going 70. I'm just like so hungover. I have a horrible headache. I'm like, I feel like I need to throw up.
You just feel like a cloud. Like
dude.
You can't think about it.
Then all of a sudden, I'm going down the highway. There's this bald black lady walking in the highway, like casually walking. I have to like slam on my brakes, and I'm like, there's a second.
Is she walking
across the highway?
Across the highway, okay.
Like, casually, too, not like in a rush or anything. Just like I'm taking my fucking time. And so then like
she's trying to get on the other side.
Yeah, dude. So then I'm like,
she's doing Frogger.
Why'd the chicken head cross the road? But then I
what is that?
Chicken head. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I don't know.
Maybe we'll cut
we'll
that
do
out.
a quick
Let's
Google.
cut that out.
Is that okay?
But then
it didn't.
This
it
is
didn't
the only part of the
sound-
podcast.
My ear very wrong.
We're like,
Juicy
are
J
we doing
used to
racism
call,
right now?
Juicy J used to call women chicken heads sometimes.
That doesn't. That's
Who
that's
did?
Juicy J
from 3-6.
from 3-6 Mafia.
Why'd you say J? You just said
Juicy J.
okay. I thought you just said J.
What highway is this? 94.
I don't fucking know, but I'm going like 70, and she's like just casually walking, and so then like people are like slamming on their brakes. I have to slam on my brakes, and I like almost hit her because I probably stopped like with plenty. Like
He's like, I'm sorry, I'm really hungover.
no, I stopped with like 15 feet. And then she's like, I'm like looking at her like, what the fuck are you doing? And then she flipped me off. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, she rules, dude.
No, fuck this
You
lady,
got
dude.
owned.
Dude,
You got
that's the
fucking
best.
owned.
I'm gonna walk across the
shut up.
highway. Also, fuck you.
Shut up. Then I'm like,
Awesome.
where the
shit.
fuck did this lady even come from? Because this isn't like, it's not like there's a town around. Like we're just on the fucking highway where there's nothing. And then I'm driving, and then like a half mile
Wait,
down
did you
the road.
honk at her? Did you say?
No, I stopped, and I'm just like looking at her like, what are you doing? And then she flips me off.
Nice.
And I'm like,
Dude,
I do this.
I love
I'm like,
this woman.
what did I fucking do? I didn't kill you.
You
I
go
had
full
to-
Costanza.
I was mad because I was like, it's your fault. You almost died because of your fault. So then I'm like going down
on her side, man.
shut the fuck up. I'm going down the road.
You gotta give her more credit.
No, fuck this fucking asshole.
You're being.
No, she was a fucking asshole, dude. Let me tell you why. Because I'm going down the highway. Then guess what?
This is a mentally ill
Shut
person
the
that you're
fuck up.
angry at right now.
Fuck up. I see. Oh, there's a car crash on the other side of the highway, and it's like fucking bad. There's like a 4-car pile up, and people are like screaming and running around. I realized she probably caused that fucking accident and then just left. That's where she came from. So fuck this lady. Fuck this lady, and she shouldn't have flipped me off. I did everything right. Fuck this lady. Right. I was so mad and just hung over.
You're mad because your feelings are hurt. Which is
because I was like, what did I do wrong? I'm looking at you like, are you okay? And you flip me off? Fuck you. And you probably killed somebody.
That's the second worst thing in your
Well, that
mind.
doesn't affect me. I don't know that person.
So there were people running around and screaming.
Yeah, and there's like cop cars and shit. And like the front end of one car was like completely just caved in. Like it was like a 4-car pileup that looked pretty bad, and I guess I'm assuming she was involved in that and just left.
Well, that's an apology to demand.
Yeah, so fuck you, lady. If you're listening, A, fuck you, and B, give me a damn apology.
Yeah.
Take that flip off back.
Well, this is interesting because we also had a little traffic run-in leaving the game yesterday when we were crossing.
You guys have had a day.
When we were walking back to CCU, we were crossing a road, and it was like we were in the crosswalk, and it was going orange to red. And there's a guy coming up behind us trying to take a right through that intersection, and we're in the intersection.
Which we had the little walkie.
We did.
We had the little walkie,
but then it changed. And so I turn around and I put my hand out to the guy to just kind of like show that we were in the crosswalk. And he like rips around the turn and like flips us off, and he's just like, fuck off. Yeah. And then me and Ryan just turned to him and just started fucking screaming at him and flipping him off.
Yeah. I got one apology to demand really quick.
Someone I can apologize to us. So
this guy, I'm with this comic and John Kennedy, and we're coming back from our buddy John Kennedy. We're coming back from this mic in the East Village, and this like super just like Italian chooch fucking guy comes up to us, and he's like, you know what fucking neighborhood you're in? And he like pokes me in the face, and he's got like tattoos and like scars everywhere.
How did he poke you in the face?
Poked me in the face, and I'm
I'm
like, fuck, I have every disease now ever invented. And he's like, fucking, and he's like in our face, and we're just like, all right, man, like chill. But he kept saying like, you know what fucking neighborhood you in? And like we're like joking on the train ride back, be like, because we're coming back from the East Village, like it's a fucking like so gentrified like rich neighborhood, and we're like, oh yeah, we know what neighborhood we're in. The gayest neighborhood in America. Yeah, isn't this the neighborhood where the guys like to suck each other's dicks? Yeah, that's what neighborhood we're in. Yeah, this isn't like the hood, but
you should have matched his energy when he's like, you know what fucking name? You got to be like,
yeah, like what neighborhood?
What fucking neighborhood? Why don't you tell me what neighborhood I'm fucking in then?
Why don't you tell me what neighborhood I'm not in?
And then you poke yourself in the face. You
I
know?
think this is the neighborhood where the most gay sex happens. Is that what you want to hear? Like, what are you talking about? This is the East Village.
I think that's what he wanted to hear.
Probably not.
No,
you know?
We were like, oh, sorry. And then, we ran away.
Tommy was crying.
Yeah, I was crying. Normal stuff.
Totally normal stuff.
Normal pimp shit.
Well, that's not cool, man. That's not cool with that guy.
He poked me right in my face, and I'm just.
He didn't flip you off, man.
Yeah,
he didn't flip me off.
That could have been worse. You got flipped off twice in the last 24 hours, but
and I was in the right in both circumstances.
It's true. It's true.
Stop flipping me off. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Sick of getting stuff.
All right. Well, okay.
All right, well, how long have we been doing? We got to get to this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, it's
so
been 35 minutes.
So we've
only been recording for 35.
Literally feels like 2 hours.
It does feel like we're at the end of the episode.
Okay. All right. So I guess we've decided as a group we're gonna push the other one off until next week. So Ryan has Tommy, it's okay.
No, let's do. But why can't we do both? Because we've only been recording for 35 minutes.
Dude. We do one per episode. Okay.
Why does Grant have all this power?
Because you guys.
No one Grant should have all that power. All right.
If you're listening to this episode and you're frustrated that you don't get to hear the apology that was teased last week, just know that this is Tommy's fault.
No, this is not my fault.
And we'll be reading it next week.
I want both apologies.
Tommy, can you calm down before you have another outburst like that?
You know who Tommy is right now? He's a little boy on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying, I want more presents.
You get one present.
I want more presents.
Guess what, Tommy? If you hear that apology today, then you're going to be bummed out next week when it's.
All right. Well, let's just get to it.
Yeah. So let's hear the one about me.
Just listen to your dads.
Yeah. Listen to daddies.
Make sure you put out some milk and cookies.
I hate that you guys are my dads. I wish I had.
As long as you're.
I wish I had other dads.
Until you move out from under our roof, which we do pay your rent in New York.
Yeah.
It's our rules. It's our way to the highway, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, once you can afford $40 a month.
I hate the rules.
Okay.
I hate the rules that you guys have made.
Here's an anonymous apology that has been submitted. If you want to submit your own anonymous apology, go to grantwinklescomedy.com/wecoolpodcast to submit or demand your own apology to be read on the show. Please keep writing those in, guys. And thank you to the new listeners, I'm sure, who have been writing this in. These are very very entertaining and fun. So here we go. Another fan in the Ryan Club here.
Yes.
Inserting several more coins in his slot machine and turning up the volume. Let her rip, baby. Grant is the best too, but Tommy ... Oh. I would like to demand an apology from Tommy for always needing to leave the podcast early.
Yes, finally.
It is sad for us listeners, and we demand you be there for the whole podcast. Figure it out, Tommy.
Yes.
That's fair. That's a good point. But Ryan's coming in late all the time, and we never record on time. And I have things to do.
Well, you also changed the day that we can record.
Because everything revolves around me, as it should.
No.
The podcast,
he is our little boy.
Your lives revolve around mine, and you guys need to be more understanding of that fact.
I mean, before we really get into Tommy's schedule or lack thereouf,
let's get into Tommy's psychology.
Let's let Ryan take a victory lap on this one. This is this. I feel like this is
this sounds huge.
This sounds like a funny and clever person too. I like the put some more coins in my damn slot machine.
It really sounds like something you would say. Talking about classic Ryan instant classics. This has the cadence of
That's because this person's been listening to the damn Scroodio for so long that
or just like Ryan meets some like guy in an alleyway. They both have like coats on, and he like pays him like like $50, and he's just like,
still valid.
Right in this to the podcast.
It's still valid.
No one will know.
I do that.
And
shouts out to Eddie.
Slick Eddie.
Eddie, my guy.
That's the guy Tommy ran into. You also paid him to get in Tommy's face.
Hey, put some more coins in this guy's slot machine. Let him know what fucking neighborhood this.
Know what fucking neighborhood.
Let it, baby.
I think that you know what. This guy's right, or person. This person's right. I do be leaving early.
Yeah, man. What's that, dude? Is it a fear of commitment or?
I got shit to do, man. I gotta leave stuff.
I've never once heard you say you have to do laundry. The only other thing that a human being would have to do, other than this,
I do have to do laundry.
Let's talk about laundry. Is really getting me.
Oh damn,
dude!
Right
damn,
here.
Dude.
Do
you let your laundry sit before you fold it?
Well, I just grabbed it out of the thing and I was folding it while the call started. Shut the hell up, man. What?
You got to fold the laundry first. You got to get it when it's hot, baby. Otherwise,
yeah, you got to get it when it's hot.
I mean,
that's why. But you're talking to the stinky man himself.
We're talking. We're talking. You know, who
some
we're
people like
to?
their clothes wrinkled.
You know,
and
we're
not
talking
washed.
to Grant Wrinkles.
No, what I do.
Grant Wrinkles.
Doing the laundry for me is just
ass, dude.
Just folding the dirty laundry right out of my hamper. I consider that doing. It's you know what, and hey, man, I call it express laundry.
Grant Leon Wrinkles. It's his middle name.
Your middle name Leon?
Yeah.
Dude, that's tight. That's a good middle name.
Grant Leon Wrinkles. This man has never even heard of fabric softener.
No, I don't use fabric softener.
He doesn't believe.
Folks, this man hasn't heard. This man, he doesn't wait. His laundry's wrinkly, folks. Okay.
He's never seen a dryer sheet.
I am having a stroke right now.
I pulled out a dryer sheet in front of him. He said, "What is that? Is that a tissue? Can I blow my nose in it?" I said, "No, Grant. You gotta put this in your clothes."
His dryer doesn't work, folks. His laundry smells damp. It smells damp. And gross.
You know what he does? He leaves his laundry in the washing machine for days.
Grant Wrinkles, folks. Grant Wrinkles. He's the stinkiest, wrinkliest man.
Wrinkly. He wants the clothes to be wrinkly, folks. He doesn't like clothes that aren't wrinkly. He says, "Hey, well," he pulls it out of the dryer. He scrunches it up in a little ball.
Who's that? What voice is that?
Huh?
What voice was that?
Clark Kent.
Nice.
That just reminded me of something that happened.
You guys want to hear my impression of Superman?
An apology I can demand from something that happened a long time ago. I was in driver's ed doing a behind the wheel. You know, you drive around with the instructor.
Talking about MTV's behind the wheel.
Before you get your license. No, I wasn't talking about that. So we were driving around and the guy, you know how they give you directions and they'll be like, okay, like put it in drive, pull it out, go around this block, take a right, take a left, whatever.
Put the gun down.
He like talked me through parking on the street. He's like, okay, so pull up right here to this curb, put it in park. Okay, unbuckle your seatbelt. And then he hands me a Swiffer and he goes, and blow your nose, please.
What?
You have a booger?
No, I guess I was just like sniffling. But he like made it sound like he was giving me directions on how to drive and then literally hands me a fucking Swiffer and makes me blow my nose in it. And then he's just like, yeah, dude, yeah.
It's not a tissue.
No.
Bro, if another man asks you to blow your nose, you cannot blow your nose.
I was a minor, man. I'm pretty sure.
I had a really weird driving. We just like all talk about how we got molested by our driver instructor. But I had a weird one too, who was just like talking to me about he was like talking to me about like a lot of like Fox News politics stuff. And I was like 15 or 16 and I'm just like, what? Okay. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So if you're a driving instructor, like just go figure it out.
Keep fucking road, man.
I don't know.
Like,
I had a cool driving instructor.
This is that we don't like our driving instructor.
No, I like
corner.
You can't even say driving instructor.
Driving instructor.
Well, but Tommy kept saying driving instructor.
Okay, either way, what that guy did to me.
I got about a quarter cup of water in my mouth.
What that guy
the whole
did to
podcast,
me was
that's what people don't understand.
Unconstitutional and wrong, and I demand an apology from that sick freak, that sick fuck who just wanted to see me blow my nose in a Swiffer.
Boogie, dude.
I mean, I was probably sniffling a little bit, but he could have like talked to me like an actual human and been like, "Hey, why don't you blow your nose?"
Would you talk to a teenager like a human being?
Dude, I just think about all the time, like the insane shit like teachers and just adults said to me as like a teenager, and I'm like, I would never say like some of that
you
shit.
Who, you know who bothered me in high school? My Spanish teacher. Because I went to an all-white high school, right? Mm-hmm. And every Spanish teacher in an all-white high school is it's the same person. It's a white woman in her 30s with a Polish last name, and she's the first person to ever tell you shouldn't go to college or that college isn't for everybody.
Yeah. That sucks, man.
Yeah, it did suck. I was like, what do you mean college isn't for me? And she was like, just based on a lot of things, right? Like she would never, it was always very general. She was just like, I don't think it's going to work out for you. And honestly, she was right, but you don't tell a kid that.
No, you got to fill their sails with wind, you know?
Yeah, you got to blow me.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I would like hang out with like plumbers because I was working at a hardware store, and I would like hang out with like plumbers, which are just the most crazy people alive. Just plumbers.
Plumbers? Are you talking about plumbers?
Look, the plumbers are looking good, folks. I mean,
they're beautiful.
I've been looking at the plumbers.
We have a shortage of plumbers. We need more plumbers, folks. We need more plumbers. We need more of them. There's not enough. That's what they say.
Listen,
I have to say, they love me. The plumbers.
Did you see?
Listen, the plumbers keep going up. The plumbers are looking good, folks.
I don't know if you read U.S. Weekly. They said that I have a tiny penis. Can you believe that, folks? They printed it. They said I have a tiny penis. Well, guess what? Is this small, huh, America? Why don't you go ask Joe Biden what his penis looks like, huh?
I've been crunching the plumbers.
I've been sucking off all the plumbers.
They're beautiful plumbers, the best anybody's seen.
These plumbers have beautiful penises. Some of the beautiful penises I've ever seen on those plumbers.
Oh, man.
All right, what about the plumbers, Tommy?
Well, they would just like be just saying awful, terrible shit and like giving me cigarettes. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, these are my best friends. I'm just one of the guys. We're just hanging, and I'm like full on 14 years old. But in my head, I'm like,
you think you were going to be a plumber?
No, I don't know. I when you're 14, you don't think about anything. You're just fucking 14. You're stupid.
These are just guys.
Isn't it crazy that Mario is a plumber? I mean, I've never seen that dude do one single house call. Honestly.
That's true, man. That's a good point.
Like when does this guy work?
He's always fighting Bowser.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, how does this guy pay rent? You know?
Yeah, I've never once seen him describe a problem to a customer, you know, and been like, well, sometimes it gets backed up. It's more of a localized issue, so that's a good thing, you know.
You know what else I've never seen is little Italian ass crack.
Yeah.
What the hell's up with that, man?
I'm gonna search Mario on Pornhub after this.
You're gonna see some crazy shit.
I'm gonna see what's going on, man. There's got
some of the craziest porn you've ever seen.
Look, I looked up Mario on Pornhub, folks, and it's not looking good. It's
those plumbers. They really love to fuck the Yoshi. They fuck him.
We got Yoshi on Princess Peach on Mario. They call
it the Eiffel Tower. That's what they do with Mario and Luigi. They're sucking each other's cocks.
You know the real Rainbow Road is when Shy Guy 69's with the Donkey Kong. Call that the Rainbow. Call that the haunted castle. Luigi's
folks,
haunted
just don't look up Donkey Kong porn. Whatever you do,
they
folks.
Should call him.
I was in Tijuana once. I saw a Donkey Kong show. It was not great, folks. Not great.
They call him Bowser. They should call him Blozer.
They should call him Yowzers.
Yowzers.
Suck my soul straight out. There's a new Mario movie coming out.
Is there?
You know who's playing Mario? Tommy, do you know?
Leonardo.
Yeah, Chris Pratt, right?
Chris Pratt is playing Mario.
Yeah,
they're even Italian.
Dude. That's why people are pissed, man.
Yeah, dude.
Get Leonardo DiCaprio.
Folks, he's not even Italian. Okay, he's
not
this
Italian. He doesn't even
waspy guy, folks. This Chris Pratt
want to be Italian. It's crazy. It's sad. You look at it. You look at today's world, and they don't even have Italians anymore. There's no more. They're all gone.
This has probably been thought out before, but there has to be so many fucking greasy plumbers with mustaches named Mario in the world. Just in New York alone.
Well, it's like after the video game came out, it's like you can't name any you can't name any plumbers Mario anymore. Like they're just like they all have had to change their names, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there was a lot of guys named Hitler probably, and they're like, shit, I gotta figure out a new name.
Yeah, well, that's a last name.
No, dude. It's a first name.
My son Hitler is beautiful. He hates Jewish people.
Name's Hitler.
7. He's 7 and he hates Jewish people.
He's precious. Gotta say.
Two truths.
He's an old soul.
2 truths and a lie about my son Hitler. 1, he just graduated from kindergarten. 2, he loves Pokemon. And 3, he hates the Jews.
Mr. Hitler, please. Mr. Hitler was my father's name. Call me Adolf.
More like adult. That guy was a fucking idiot.
Adult?
Adult. Yeah, adult.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like adult. Fucking dolt.
So what? Should we go see the Mario movie?
Yeah.
Should we go see the Mario movie?
So.
How come there's so many Daltons, but there's never a Dalt off?
Here's the thing, man. I think Grant's got Mario vibes. I think Ryan's got Luigi vibes.
Because I'm taller than him.
And I think I got Princess Peach vibes.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
No, you got Yoshi vibes.
I appreciate that, dude.
Tommy got Yoshi vibes.
Tommy, little Yoshi ass.
Tommy, you were born out of an egg, right? That would be rad if you were born from an egg.
Hey, have you guys been watching a Squid Game, by the way, on Netflix?
No.
It's like it's a South Korean film or TV show, and it's pretty good. But here's my one gripe. So like it's they're not doing subtitles. It's like American voices over it.
Yeah, it's dubbed, right?
So that's fine, right? But then every character in the show has like a normal accent, right? Like it's just a guy speaking. But then there's an old man character, and they've given him like the stereotypical accent, you know,
the Korean accent.
Like broken English accent.
Is it Korean or is it Japanese?
Korean.
Sorry, I wasn't. Yeah, okay.
But it feels weird because we were watching it and I was just like, wait, why?
That's like a choice.
Why are they making him that?
They did that in Avatar too. Like if you watch Avatar, like
everyone
everyone speaks English, and like the character Yang Avatar himself, like it's just like it's in America. It's like an American accent, like some child actor.
Is it an Asian actor?
I don't know probably not. It's probably not even an Asian actor, but you know, if it is, whatever. It's like just like some American child voice actor. But then in the show Avatar, there'll be like some old guy who'll just be like, you know, I'm not
gonna we can imagine it for sure.
Come on, we know.
One syllable you just got in. I got a pretty good idea.
What's crazy is he didn't say a single word, but that was still 4 syllables.
You know what I'm talking about.
Racist syllables.
Yeah, you're just clearing your throat. We get it.
I was just.
Isn't that weird though?
Sorry, I had a lot of phlegm in my throat. Excuse me.
It's all dubbed, and then it's just this one guy where it's like, it doesn't make sense, and it's also like, I wonder if the guy who got the dub work, like they just didn't key him in, like they weren't like, so by the way, you don't have to be racist while you do this accent.
Well, okay, what about this though? What if it's actually the actor dubbing his own line, and that's just what he sounds like?
Maybe that's true. I didn't think about that. It could be that.
Yeah.
And then it's not allowed to be funny.
Yeah.
Wait, is it funny?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because everyone else has there's no accent, and then he has like a very strong accent.
Yeah.
But if it's actually him, then it's just like, well, that guy speaks.
Do you guys think Chris Pratt? Do you guys think in the Mario movie Chris Pratt will be like, "How are you doing? I'm Chris Pratt."
Oh, like doing the Elon thing?
Yeah. Do you think he will do Mario voice, or do you think he's gonna be like, "Hey, hello, I'm Mario"?
They're gonna try to make Mario like gritty for some reason.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah, that I don't know. I hope it's good. I guess I don't care at all. I don't hope that.
Stop making fucking video games movies. Why?
I'm really. If the Mario movie's not good, I'm gonna kill myself. So I got a lot of my cards in this basket.
Well, it really depends on which Mario they adapt. If you adapt Mario House Party, it's probably not going to be that good of a movie. But if you look at like the plot of Super Mario World, then it could be a good.
It'd be cool if the whole movie was like a side scroller, like the original games were.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be?
Do you think Chris Pratt is like getting way into the role, and he's like walking around his house, and he's like, How do you doing? give me a kiss of my wife. You know,
he's like doing method acting. He's shadowing a plumber.
Yeah, and he's doing squeaky Mario voice.
It makes me mad to talk about this.
It's me.
It feels like it's not real. Like I feel like I saw that tweet, like, oh, there's a Mario movie, and I'm like, I actually dreamed that. That was actually in a fever
I
dream
haven't
of mine.
heard anything about this.
You know, there is another Mario movie. There's one already, and John Leguizamo plays Mario in that one, I believe. Which that's good casting.
Yeah,
that's good casting to me. Yeah. It's kind of crazy that John Leguizamo was also like the biggest stand-up comedian in the world for a while.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
I know the name, but I can't picture who it is.
He's an actor. He plays Sid the Sloth in
so
Ice
cute,
Age.
Man.
Yeah,
Grant's cat is so cute.
Yeah, my cat's pretty rad. There's so many like actors from the 90s who were like massive stand-ups, and then you don't even know it because they just like stopped doing stand-up. As like Michael Keaton was like a massive stand-up comedian. That's how he started.
Damn,
he's like super good at impressions.
Jim Carrey.
Yep, Jim Carrey.
Well, people would start stand-up like after the 80s. They would start stand-up just to like make it an entertainment.
Zach Galifianakis.
Mm-hmm. Zach Hagen. I thought you were gonna say. Yeah.
Zach Hagen. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm mad that we're not getting to the other apology, and also, I'm sorry that I always have to leave early. This listener is correct.
Yeah. And Tommy, what is your work situation right now? Ryan and I were debating it.
Yeah, you're unemployed, right?
No, I'm working at the bathhouse still. But
what? I thought you said you quit.
No, they're putting me on lunch shifts, but they're just not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've told you this.
I know.
No.
Yeah, I've told Ryan this, right?
I didn't listen.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, they're putting me on lunch shifts, but they just haven't switched the restaurant over to where there is like lunch service full time, you know? So I still have to work up some nights, and then I'm working some brunch shifts, but I'm hoping to get all lunch, baby.
So they put you on lunch shifts, but you are working the only shifts that aren't lunch, brunch.
We're not, this is so boring to talk about, but we're not in full lunch service.
You're not in lunch mode. You're saying you haven't gone full lunch mode yet?
We haven't gone full lunch mode, but when we do go full lunch mode, I'm the guy. I'm the server. I will be the only server there.
You're not going to like me when I go full lunch mode. Wait until you get a piece.
You know how I got this lunch mode? You know
how I went full lunch mode.
You know how I got these lunch modes?
You never go full lunch mode.
I went full. You come to me on this the day that I'm going full lunch mode.
Oh my God.
Do me a favor.
Well,
okay. Well,
it's going full lunch mode.
Granola didn't like that.
Granola hated that. Sweetie.
Yeah, Ryan is obsessed with my cat, and he thinks she only likes him, even though it's like literally the friendliest fucking cat
she loves
to ever live.
She loves me, folks. This cat.
Many people are saying it. Many people.
I wish the journalists would look at this cat the way this cat looks at me and licks its paw.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think to this listener, I think you have a great point.
Me too. I think they got a good point.
I think you're going to keep Ryan going for another couple months based on this one hit of dopamine that you've given him. So thank you for that.
I'm like a camel. I can survive off one hit of dopamine for years.
One minor compliment.
Yep. One minor compliment will be enough to keep me going in the desert of life.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm not gonna blow by this. Grant is the best too. I see you. Thank you.
That was very nice of you to say that to Grant, because Grant puts in a lot of work. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah. Little peel back behind the old curtain. Grant does everything. Tommy and I don't do shit. I tried to get Grant to do more. To get Tommy.
Yeah. Dude, that was so. I was so
you
annoyed.
You can apologize for this, Ryan.
I was so annoyed by you. Ryan's just like, all right, guys. I'm thinking we post.
Start a new YouTube channel.
He's like, we start a brand new. Ryan will have these ideas. He will get a little. I don't even know if it's like if he's manic or what, but he'll have these ideas.
It's called a flight of fancy, and you should think about it because I was drinking tea and I was wearing a tuxedo when I thought of it, Tommy.
He's like, we need to get a full new YouTube channel. We're gonna splice some clips and stuff like that, and then we're just like, all right, yeah, if you want to do that, you can do it. And then he's like, well, do it with me. Like, you also do it. You also do my idea.
For that, Ryan just starts sending me timestamps so that I can start doing it.
Yeah, and I'm like, you do this.
To be fair, though, this was something we had talked about like months ago, where Grant one time was like, yeah, if you guys just sent me timestamps, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And I guess I was still under that impression. And then Grant was like, well, I don't really feel like doing much more work because I'm lazy and a baby and I'm already doing everything else.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, okay, maybe, Tommy, he's basically unemployed, whatever the fuck's going on.
No, I'm fully employed. I'm fully.
And then we're like, no,
I fully have a job, dude.
We're like, no, Ryan, you do it. You do it, right?
And then you're like,
your idea.
Yeah. I was close to texting back. If I have to do it, I'm not going to. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and you're never going to end up doing it.
I might.
And also, I just said, listen, I will splice a clip. Okay. If if I even see you do it, if I see you do it, I will be so proud that I'll go,
okay, how about
you know what? I will do
Ryan,
as well.
or Tommy, you also said, Ryan, learn how to do something on the computer. It'll be good for you.
Yeah, I really meant
I agree with that.
I know how to do
this is going to be good for and I mean, it'll be good like for your life. Like,
I know how to do stuff on the computer.
This will be like a good life challenge that you need to
You sound like a fucking idiot. Listen, if you're listening to this and you would like YouTube clips, write in. And Tommy will have to put those together.
I don't even think we should do it on you. Just post it on our TikTok. One's going on.
Well, but that's what's funny is like I do that every week.
You already do that, but it's like, look, if you want to post more for our TikTok page, Ryan, go for it.
No,
but like, first off, nobody's watching our podcast clip on YouTube. Like,
some people watch the podcast on YouTube. Which, shout out, also hit that subscribe button.
Yeah,
folks. We're almost at 50 subscribers.
If you're watching
on pretty tight,
and you would like some clips, comment, and Tommy will have to do it. If we get one person saying yes, I would like you to do clips, Tommy will have to take over. It makes me so
frustrated because you'll have an idea.
That's an incredible idea.
Somehow I have more work. Somehow I'm doing more work from your idea.
This is what happens when you
should execute your idea.
No, because you leave the podcast early, Tommy. This is the problem: is you leave the podcast early, and then you think
that's time theft, Tommy.
Yeah, then you think, oh, I guess I'm good. I guess I can just go not do anything now.
You think you can have Dana punch you out when you're supposed to leave? It doesn't work like that.
Get in your pod with my boys.
This doesn't work like that. But what I said was, I'd rather not do more work than I'm doing, which is all the work.
That's fair. You were being a little bit of a baby about it, but that's fair. It's fair, and I agree. Whereas Tommy has no excuse to not do my idea.
But actually, former guest of the show,
my excuse is I don't want to do it because it's not my idea.
Neither do I, though.
Ryan and I have been out on the scene litigating this, calling in expert witnesses. Former guest of the show, Riley Cosgrove, said I should just start charging you to do that. So I'd also be open to that, Ryan.
How much?
I don't know, $100 a clip or something
Absolutely
like that.
Not.
Okay. All right.
$1 a clip.
Clips here, $1. Get your podcast clips.
Yeah. Nobody's fucking buying, man. Nobody is a buying.
I'm just saying, I think it could push us to the next fucking level, dude. If Tommy would just put in a little bit of work,
dude.
If Tommy could just do something,
absolutely, go fuck yourself.
Do literally anything for the podcast. I think that could push us to the next echelon of podcasting.
Yeah.
How long do you think we'll be doing this fucking podcast?
I don't know, dude. It depends on if you put some fucking clips together, dude. We could be doing it forever. We could make literally $1 billion on this podcast.
This is the $1 billion podcast. We set out.
We should put that in our bio.
Yeah. How awesome would it be if
$1 billion podcast?
That's actually a really good name for a podcast.
Yeah.
The $1 billion podcast.
What about this? How cool would it be if when you die, you find out all the choices you could have made that would have, and how that would have changed your life. And when Tommy dies, God is like, or whoever is just like,
what fantasy is that?
Somebody, whoever tells you is just like, yeah, dude. So I guess,
this is God. This is God's voice.
Dude, if you would have just like done even a couple of clips, you would have become a billionaire. But you didn't, because you were being a really big baby.
Being a bad boy.
You're being a bad boy. So now,
a bad little boy.
That's why I gave you
God.
HIV. That's why I gave you.
I'm totally God, dude.
Totally God.
That's why I gave you uncurable HIV. That even nothing can do against it.
I'm God.
Totally God.
By the way,
you fucked with the wrong God.
And that's me.
Feel my wrath, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Dude, sorry
it's fucking huge, dude.
Sorry you died at 22.
Dude, my wrath is fucking huge right now, dude.
I'm God and I'm pissed at you specifically.
Put out the Old Testament on your ass.
The way that you did Ryan and Grant dirty, it's just like I'm totally fucking pissed.
Especially Ryan, because you had like what was a really good idea
with the clips,
and then you just squandered it.
Okay, I do have to go.
What?
Oh my God!
What?
I gotta do shit, man.
What do you got? Laundry to do, man? You got
I got laundry to do.
If you just wouldn't have left the podcast early so many times, and then also refused to do any clips,
but also like a couple of clips would have been cool.
Yeah, we've all been talking about it. Me and all of your dead relatives that hate you now. That think that you're a fucking bitch.
I'm God, and I've been hanging out with your great grandma, and we've been talking a lot of shit about you, dude. We really.
It turns out she thinks that you're like a total little pussy who doesn't do enough work on the podcast. I explained what a podcast is to her, and A, she's honestly really pissed off that you're even doing one. But B, now she's even more mad because you won't do no clips.
This is a good character.
This is a fun God.
Pissed off God.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyways, thanks for coming by the Scrudio, guys, and just checking it out. This has been a lifelong effort for us to get Tommy to put some damn old clips together. And you're going to have to tune in and see if it happens or not, but certainly request it.
Also, welcome to our new listeners from Volume 1, perhaps, if that write-up came out. Thank you, guys. Please hit subscribe wherever you're listening to this. We love you. Keep coming back.
We're pretty good at this.
Yeah. And that goes for everybody. If you're a new listener, hit subscribe, hit follow.
I pronounce every word correctly.
And to our anonymous apologizer. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Very nice.
Again, I am like a camel, and I will go on for years from this. So, to everybody who listens, fuck you. I've been Ryan Mean Guy all of a sudden. I'm next to Grant Leon Wrinkles. And then the other person who was here was Tommy Can't Do a Damn Clip to Save His Life Bear. And this has been the freaking We Cool podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see. Bye.